8 most rare jewellery ever worn by royal. A jewel that defied its queen's own command, crafted by her people against her wishes, it became one of the greatest treasures of all. One came as a gift with an unusual condition, that a queen must wear it. Another so heavy with diamonds, pearls and a sacred relic. So sacred it was ordered never to be altered, no matter how impossible it was to wear. Locked in vaults, whispered about in palaces, glimpsed only for moments before disappearing again. These aren't just jewels, they're fragments of history. Today, we're uncovering 8 of the rarest royal jewels ever worn in history. The star of the Golconda Necklace. One of the finest pearl and diamond combinations ever seen, this jewel carries a history that makes it unlike any other. It is so rarely revealed to the public, usually locked away in vaults, and only brought out for moments of true royal grandeur. And why not? The Eye of Golconda diamond necklace holds a distinction like no other. It is the largest Golconda diamond ever to be auctioned in Asia, once estimated at $8.5 to $10 million. This Cartier masterpiece, originally acquired by an Indian Maharaja, made a breathtaking reappearance when Sheikh Amna Al Thani of Qatar chose it for the coronation of King Charles on May 6, 2023. Designed in a striking bib style, the necklace glows with 3 cascading rows of pearls and diamonds beneath its dazzling centerpiece, a 57.31 carat Type II diamond, surrounded by 116 natural pearls and 31 additional diamonds. Now, part of the prestigious Al Thani collection, after being secured by Kipco Holding, it has only been worn once since the Maharaja's time. That is perhaps the true mystery and allure of this jewel. Its brilliance lies not just in its glowing pearls and diamond, but in its near invisibility, a secret treasure glimpsed only on the rarest occasions. The Cameo Tiara. The Swedish tiaras are among the oldest still in use today, and the Cameo Tiara is perhaps the most fascinating of them all. For decades, it has become almost a tradition for Swedish royal brides, chosen as their wedding crown. The story of this tiara starts with none other than Napoleon Bonaparte, who had it made for his wife, Empress Joséphine. Pretty incredible, right? From there, it passed down through dynastic marriages to the House of Bernadotte, and yes, it remains with them to this day, forever linking. The tiara is unlike any other. Rather than a blaze of diamonds, it radiates a softer, more mysterious glow. Napoleon had entrusted his favourite Italian artisans, Vincenzo Catenacci, Filippo Rega, and Giuseppe Girometti, to carve cameos of breathtaking detail, each a miniature masterpiece of Greco-Roman mythology. Some depict gods and goddesses, others tell stories of passion, romance, and love. According to jewellery historian Cecilia Andren, each cameo may have taken as long as a year to complete. Such a priceless jewel. Napoleon's court jeweller, Marie-Etienne, then set them into their frames, surrounding them with luminous pearls and delicate gold filigree. The result was not a jewel that sparkled, but one that glowed, especially in the flickering light of candlelit courts. Unlike many royal tiaras which have been modernised to follow the fashions of their time, the Cameo Tiara has remained astonishingly true to its origins. That, perhaps, is its greatest rarity. Not only has it survived, but it continues to be worn. Its most famous modern appearance was at the wedding of Crown Princess Victoria in 2010, when it once again captured the world's attention, just as it had done 200 years earlier in Napoleon's court. Godman Necklace. One of the most mysterious necklaces, its provenance shrouded in intrigue, was given to Queen Elizabeth II in such an unusual way that she personally invited the 2 young sisters to Buckingham Palace to thank them. How many jewels can boast such a beginning? The piece is believed by some to have a link to Empress Joséphine of France, which only adds to its aura. Queen Elizabeth cherished it deeply, bringing it out only for the rarest of occasions, as though it was too special to be seen often. The necklace's journey is remarkable. It was originally purchased in Bavaria in the 1890s by Frederick Ducan Godman, who later gave it to his 2 daughters. In 1965, the sisters wrote to Lord Chamberlain explaining that they believed they owned a necklace that had once belonged to Empress Joséphine, and wondered if it might be of interest to Her Majesty. Their offer: to present it to the Queen on the sole condition that she wears it occasionally. Can you imagine the boldness of that request? It was a gesture so generous and so extraordinary that, although it is almost unheard of for the royals to accept gifts from people they don't personally know, this time it was different. The Queen was touched, and she welcomed the necklace into her collection. And what a jewel it is! A spectacular emerald and diamond necklace. Its design features a scrolling base from which 7 pendants of glowing emeralds and sparkling diamonds are suspended, each framed with delicate craftsmanship. The effect is dramatic, almost theatrical, especially when paired with the Grand Vladimir Tiara, as Queen Elizabeth chose to do on several occasions. She wore it for the very last time in 2004. And then, silence. The necklace disappeared back into the vaults, unseen for 2 decades. Neither Queen Camilla nor the Princess of Wales has worn it so far, making it one of the great hidden treasures of the royal collection. Will we ever see this striking emerald and diamond necklace again? Queen Juliana's diamond watch. The jewel that famously refused the Queen's own order. For her 50th birthday, Queen Juliana wanted something modest and very sober. She insisted she would not be spoiled with an extravagant gift. But for once, the Queen's wishes were ignored. The people of the Netherlands came together and collected money for a breathtaking joint gift, a dazzling diamond bracelet watch. Designed by P.F. Belcom of Steltman Jewelers, with the clock crafted by Swiss luxury house Jaeger-LeCoultre, the piece rests on a platinum base that radiates sheer elegance, and the diamonds, absolutely amazing. Royal Costa Diamonds was commissioned to cut and polish them, and the honour went to young prodigy Ben Meyer, who polished an incredible 275 tiny diamonds for this masterpiece. The result is nothing short of breathtaking, one of the finest displays of jewellery craftsmanship in history. Queen Juliana adored her diamond bracelet watch and wore it often. But when her daughter, Queen Beatrix, took the throne in 1980, the watch vanished from public view. Strict etiquette dictated that a queen should not wear a watch at royal occasions. For years, this treasure lay unseen, leaving admirers to wonder if it would ever reappear. And then, what a moment! In 2006, Queen Maxima reintroduced the watch, dazzling onlookers as she brought it back into the spotlight. Since then, she has worn it on many occasions, proving that something this special is meant for equally special moments. Truly, one of the most amazing jewels of our story. Show Tiara. Grand Duchess Maria Vladimirovna, its present custodian of a living relic of 2 dynasties, a jewel reserved for history's most sacred moments. Rare and mysterious Show Tiara. Why is it spoken of so rarely? The tiara itself is a marvel of design. A graceful ribbon motif forms the base, set throughout with brilliant cut diamonds. From this, Baroque-style pearls rise in elegant intervals, each crowned with a diamond, giving it both delicacy and grandeur. What makes it even more special is its versatility. Its pearls can be detached and replaced with more lush gems for occasions. Most of Grand Duchess Vladimir's glittering collection was lost after the Revolution. So how did this rare 1897 Show Tiara from the Bagration family manage to survive and pass to her son, Grand Duke Vladimir Kirillovich? When Princess Leonida Bagration married Grand Duke Vladimir Kirillovich, the tiara passed into Romanov hands to eventually her daughter, Grand Duchess Maria Vladimirovna, who brought it to life at her 1976 wedding to Prince Franz Wilhelm of Prussia in Madrid, choosing the full pearl and diamond version. Was that when the tiara became marked as a bridal jewel? It made its last appearance in 1997 for official portraits, this time with clusters of rubies, and then, disappearing for 2 decades, the tiara became a mystery. Had it been sold, hidden, or lost forever? The answer came only in 2021, when it resurfaced on Helen Kirby at the Romanov wedding of George Mikhailovich. It is a jewel hardly ever seen, spoken of only in hushed tones. Connaught Sapphire Brooch. Queen Mary of Denmark once remarked with a smile, "We know that this brooch has always been worn for family-related events, except that now I have it, and I tend to wear it a little bit more generally." And who could blame her? A brooch that carries over 5 generations of history, reserved for life's most intimate and meaningful royal moments. The Connaught Sapphire Brooch is a true masterpiece. Its centerpiece, a deep blue faceted sapphire encircled by brilliant diamonds, framed with graceful swags of pearls, and finished with a delicate floral motif suspending a pearl and diamond drop that seems to dance with every movement. Imagine the history carried in just this one jewel. No wonder it was worn so sparingly. First presented in 1879 as a wedding gift to Princess Louise Margaret of Prussia upon her marriage to the Duke of Connaught, the brooch later passed through generations before finding its way to Denmark with Princess Ingrid after her own royal marriage. But what truly makes this brooch unique isn't just its design, it's the moments it has witnessed. For decades, it was reserved for christenings of royal babies or official family portraits. Queen Ingrid herself saved it for those formal photographs, while Queen Margrethe wore it only on rare and solemn occasions such as the christening of her eldest grandson, Prince Nikolai, in 1999. In a beautiful gesture, Queen Mary first wore the brooch at the christening of her eldest son, Prince Christian. Since then, she has continued with the same reverence, bringing it out only for equally meaningful milestones, most memorably the christening of her twins, Prince Vincent and Princess Isabella, a rich blue sapphire forever tied to royal births, Queen Alexandra's Dagmar Necklace. Queen Alexandra bequeathed it as an heirloom of the crown, but with one strict condition, that it must never be altered, no matter how heavy or impractical it might be. And it is heavy indeed. The necklace contains a replica of the Dagmar cross, a pendant said to hold a sliver of wood from the original cross, buried with Queen Dagmar of Denmark in 1212, as well as silk from the grave of King Canute. A sacred relic woven into glittering jewels, no wonder it's been worn so sparingly. The necklace itself was created in 1863 as a wedding gift to Princess Alexandra of Denmark from King Frederick VII. Crafted by Danish court jeweller Julius Dideriksen, it is breathtaking in scale. 2,000 diamonds, 118 pearls, and the richly enamelled Dagmar cross. When Alexandra brought it to England, she quickly realised its weight was overwhelming, so Garrard adapted it, making the two large pendant pearls, the cross, and the central diamond cluster detachable. Passed through generations, the jewel was refurbished by Garrard in 1937 at the request of Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, before finally landing in the collection of Queen Elizabeth II in 1952. And yet, despite her 70-year reign, Elizabeth only wore the Dagmar necklace in its lighter form a few times, most memorably during her state visit to Denmark in 1957 and at the Iranian embassy in 1959. After that, silence. Why is it so rare? Perhaps because of its sacred associations or simply its overwhelming presence. One of the rarest royal heirlooms wrapped in centuries of history and almost never seen in public and deserve a comeback. Queen Noor's sapphire brooch. Last but not the least is one of the most unique. The stone, a large blue sapphire in the centre, is believed to be from Kashmir, a type so rare and prized it almost feels unreal. Queen Noor wore a breathtaking sapphire and diamond brooch with this magnificent cushion-shaped sapphire at the inaugural Peace Builders dinner in New York City in 2005. The brooch likely came into her collection in the late 1970s, possibly given by King Hussein. This Victorian-style brooch is set with a cushion-shaped sapphire weighing almost 18 carats, framed by two glorious layers of old mine and old European cut diamonds, mounted in silver and yellow gold. The colour is royal blue, and honestly, it lives up to that name. It has been seen worn publicly only once by Queen Noor, and carries so much sentimental weight that in 2020 she transformed the brooch into a headpiece. It was attached to a diamond necklace and worn by her youngest daughter, Princess Raya bint Hussein, at her wedding to Faris Ned Donovan at Buckhurst Park in Windsor. Such an ethereal sapphire brooch, seen only twice across decades of silence. Isn't it unjust for jewellery lovers not to feast their eyes more often? We hope the princess or queen will bring it back into the light so we can all admire its glory again. That is all for today. Let us know in your comment, jewel that really was a surprise for you, but before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more historical jewels tucked away in vaults.